So I'm going to say some things that are likely going to upset people. Oh, well. I struggled like all night with this. I work nights, so this is like morning to me in a way. 3:30 in the afternoon. God did not want his children to just be united with everyone. I've said it before. And I understand we have atheists in this country, and you can't force people to believe. I'm not into any of that. I'm not even into what a lot of people do to try to bring people in. I think it just, the whole like going door to door, all the things that over the years people have done, it just pisses people off. It's not how you lead people to Christ. Much of it Christ does himself. But that said, I know there's a lot of atheists in this country. But the fact is we were not to align or take up residence with what is wicked. And if at this point in our history, in 2024, if people, and I am not trying to condemn every parishioner that's in the Catholic Church. My family is I was born and raised Catholic. But I know what the Bible says, and it is to call out wickedness. It is to shed light on it. How many children need to be abused before people like J.D. Vance, before people, Don Jr. is good friends with him, I guess. Okay, well, Don Jr. clearly has some problems of choosing friends himself, I guess. When does it become about the truth here? Because let's get to the heart of it. This goes back to that very Catholic Church that was taken over by the Roman Empire. It is what is standing on the top. That goddess that's on top of the Capitol is a pagan deity. And they use that same pagan deity to represent Virgin Mother Mary in every Catholic church. And then yet, what has been the history of the Catholic Church? Nothing but abuse, most especially to children. Ongoing abuse, ongoing cover-ups. And the saddest part about this, that I don't want to cry, I don't want to get emotional. And no, I was never abused by the Catholic. It's overwhelming to me that there's so many misguided politicians, so many misguided people. There is absolutely no way that Jesus would ever support the Catholic religion. Now, you could have said maybe in the beginning, okay, a couple of priests molested some people. We got rid of them. We came out to the public that this happened. But instead, what did the Catholic religion do? They hid it. They hid it and hid it over and over and over and over and over again for decades, not just in America, but across the world. None of those victims getting justice. None of them. I saw kids in the DCFS system that would never trust God again. That's what makes me get emotional. To tell me I will never want anything to do with God. So the Catholic religion has done a fantastic job at doing exactly what it was designed to do, given that it was overtaken by the Roman Empire early on. It has been a great tool to deceive people. And people actually want to argue and say that it's the true church. Jesus' church was never about molesting children. I had kids tell me that they would never believe in God because of what Catholic charities represented, how they were neglectful, how they didn't listen to them. That's where their advocates were through sometimes. But everything they saw in regards to Catholicism was warped and twisted, which is exactly what Catholicism wanted to do. So everyone that still wants to hold up this false religion and wants to highlight, great VP picks like J.D. Vance. No, J.D. Vance has no ability to understand Jesus. I mean, he went to Yale, so that would be a big part of the problem. And I'm not the only one that says it. There's other people on this app that say it. Yeah, a Yale pick just doesn't look good to most of us average Americans. Will I still vote for Donald Trump? I will, because, well, what else is there? But I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed. Because at the end of the day, it's always about the fruits. So your fruits need to be an ongoing example, and all of us fall, of course, and make poor choices and don't always do it right. I get that, but there needs to be. I haven't seen good fruits for a while here. I talk. Now, some people would say that this picking of Vance is to highlight a bigger problem. It's part of a plan. Okay. It could be. I'm not going to say that it's not. It's sometimes you do have to just give up, and I don't mean in like, oh, failure way. I mean you give up and you let go and you let God. That's what I mean by give up. You sometimes have to let go and let God and just do the next right thing. So I'm disappointed in the RNC. I'm disgusted actually with the RNC. Their total lack of discernment, their inability to, why do you even have a Catholic priest there? And then what is with highlighting these people? Like what I never see highlighted is the actual people that have stood with Donald Trump from the beginning. Yeah, the everyday people. You guys go and you have your black tie events and all, do your stuff together because you're all in the same boat. You all circle around each other. Doesn't matter if it's Jack Posobiec. Doesn't matter if it's Don Jr. Doesn't matter. I mean, they're all still in their same group. It's still not about the average people. But for Donald Trump, the president, I hold out hope for him because there's a part of me, I believe in him. I do. I believe in him. I'm disgusted with the RNC. I don't care what Don Jr. says. I don't care what any of them says. Kimberly Guilfoyle, don't care. Don't care. You have promoted and pushed a man that not only ripped your own father over the coals, but then you're friends with him? Like God said that, you should, it's all through the Old Testament. So seriously, if you're somebody that doesn't want to be called out as just a blasphemous Bible person because you follow the Catholic paganism path, and you're really about the Bible, then you understand the Bible and you know how God was keeping people away from that pagan stuff. Yet what does the RNC do? What does our world promote? People that think, no, that the true church is Catholicism. Jesus would burn that church down. Innocent children across the world, ongoing for how many decades, being molested, turning those people away from faith, many of them forever, because they relate the Bible to the Catholic Church. That's the most devastating part. And the Bible is not a representation of the Catholic Church. But who do we put in as leaders? People that are supposedly about the Bible that aren't even close to being about the Bible. But maybe just use it to get themselves elected or get themselves on a ticket, right? The RNC is a disgrace. Most Republicans in this country that are politicians are a disgrace. So at the end of the day for me, yeah, I'll still vote for Donald Trump. And I'll leave it in God's hands. Whatever God's will is, will always be done. But we are to always call out wickedness. We are not supposed to get involved in it and then promote it as it's the true church. J.D. Vance is a misguided man. In my opinion, at this point, anybody that graduates from Yale, especially the law department, is a misguided human being altogether.